Hello, so today I'll be talking about change management. So in the world of computers, things are always changing and updating, and that means that an organization needs to make sure that they are keeping things up to date and working properly to ensure that they are safe in keeping their data. So sometimes if they want to make a giant change to their systems, they have to undergo change management. What is change management? Change management is the process of creating change in an infrastructure in an organized, controlled, safe way. Without change management, when starting the process of changing an infrastructure, an organization could put themselves at risk of creating a gap for an attacker to get in and break into the system and steal their data, which is why a thorough plan must be created to ensure that this doesn't happen. So when you come up with a plan, you have to create a team that is going to go through with this plan. So they create the ideas of the change that they want to occur in the organization, and they work together to investigate, test, and authorize the changes to be made. They have to look at all this thoroughly to ensure that it can get approved by the team. And this works on a strict timeline just because it is a giant thing to happen. So after the team is created, they must create the change request. So the change request can be a formal or informal document. It depends on the organization. A bank would have more of a formal one, while a small local coffee shop would have something a little more smaller, informal. So the change request document includes 5 things. Number 1 is the type of change. So what do they want to change in their systems? It could be the software, the hardware, really could be anything. The book gives the example of Windows to Linux or Linux to Windows. And this brings up how the changes will be made during and after the transition and how this could impact like a worker's work hours and when they can do things and when updates will be completed and things like that, and if people could like access the internet off-site still and things like that. Number 2 is the configuration procedures. This looks into how long it will take to complete all these changes and what will have to be done to get it completed on time and who is going to make it happen, which is something the team obviously has to plan. Next, number 3 is rollback process. So this is just in case the changes aren't as good as they think they are going to be. They could get backlash from the people that are using it. So they have to create a timeline to see how long it could take to go back to the old systems. Number 4 is potential impact. This looks at how the organization will be impacted with cost, time, efficiency, and the image of the changes. It just looks at how it could impact the company in a negative or a positive way. Next is notification. This looks at how the organization will be notified of this change. This is important because it affects all the people that are working for the organization. So once the document is created, it is presented to the big wigs of the company, and it could be either denied or approved. And if it's approved, that's when the work can start being done. So now that it is approved, the team can start ordering their equipment that they need, and they can start training people that they need to train, start looking more into when they will be able to test the things that they need to be done, fix any bugs. They will have to keep people up to date of the changes that are occurring or when downtime will be in place. Once the changes have been done, they must be documented to reference back to later. This is just in case someone new comes in and they need to know what's going on, or just in case someone's not there that is usually in charge of that. This can include server settings, router configuration, cable routes, any piece that have been added or taken away, and if the locations of things have been changed. So this is change management.